It is 100 degrees outside and brands are dropping their holiday collections, and NATASHA DENONA is trying to convince us that we do need another eyeshadow palette. Apparently a warm one. If you have not been here before, hello, my name is Angie. I am a lover of makeup, especially colorful makeup, and every Friday I sit down and we talk about the new makeup releases that's been released, announced, or sneak peek, and we just chat about them and see, do we want to pick them up? How do we feel about these things? You let me know how you feel down in the comments, and it's okay to disagree. Friends don't always agree about everything, but they're always kind and respectful towards each other. And I have some super exciting things to show you this week, including a release from my own brand, Singe Beauty. I'm very excited to be working with Factor again, so thank you so much, Factor, for sponsoring the beginning part of this video. Factor is a meal service where they deliver meals already cooked and prepared to your door. These are fresh, never frozen meals that are delivered straight to your door, and you can just pop them in your fridge and heat them up 2 minutes and your lunch or dinner is already prepared for you. I love this kind of option because this is no secret. Me and my husband work a lot, and one of my least favorite grown-up activities to do is to go to the grocery store. And with Factor, I have already made meals in the fridge. Like today, I ate some Factor for lunch. It's absolutely great when you're having a busy day. 2 minutes and you have a fresh meal to eat. And today I had this like chickpea and sweet potato curry, and it was so tasty, and I'm just all about it. And every week there are 35 different options to choose from. You can get keto or vegetarian like I do, and you just log into the app or go to the website and choose which options you want, and it gets delivered straight to your door. It's also a very flexible plan. So if you want to add on some meals, if you want to have more meals one week, less meals one week, if you want to skip a week, maybe you're on vacation, this is a very flexible plan, which is also something that I really appreciate. Factor also has a lot of add-ons like snacks, breakfast, smoothies, juices. I love their juices. They're so incredibly good. My husband loves them as well. Those are great to keep in the fridge as well. For me, it's just an easy breakfast, or for my husband, it's usually an afternoon snack. They're absolutely great to add on as well to your boxes, and just keeping your fridge full of stuff that's easy to grab on the go when you need something extra. So if you're like me and life just sometimes gets a little bit stressful and you want to have an option where you can still eat good meals and you just want to have some stuff on the go and you don't like going to the grocery store, this is an excellent option. And Factor is also owned by HelloFresh, and you know I'm a big HelloFresh fan. I do have a HelloFresh subscription myself, and I do work with HelloFresh as well. And for me, HelloFresh and Factor goes hand in hand. Some weeks I have more time, some weeks I have less time. I do love cooking with my partner, but sometimes there just isn't time for any of that. And with both of these options, it comes delivered straight to your door, so you don't have to go to the grocery store, you don't have to do the meal planning. And it's great to have a couple of Factor options in the fridge for, well, days like this when I've just been filming all day and I really just didn't have time to prepare something. Not to mention the meals, the smoothies, the juices, they are delicious, which for me is very important. So head to factor75.com or click the link down below and use the code Angelica50 to get 50% off your first Factor box and 20% off your next month of orders. That's code Angelica50 at factor75.com to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month of orders. And again, thank you so much, Factor, for sponsoring this video. And if nothing else, click the link down below and check out their menu options and see all of the delicious things that you could be eating for dinner or lunch without having to do any of the cooking, any of the preparation, or any of the grocery shopping. And I did film this look, and it's gonna be live on Monday. I did a second look with the Nomad, the new palette that's come out. This is the Fuji 5 Lakes palette. Let me actually scooch it to the side already, and we can see a picture of it right here. This is the picture that I've taken of the palette, and I did do a look on Wednesday. In case you missed that video, I did do a look, and I also tried out some tinted skincare that I've been really enjoying. I'm even wearing it today again. I think it's really comfortable and nice. So if you want to see me trying some new makeup, that was on Wednesday's video. And on Monday, I'm going to do another one of those 4 indie palettes for looks kind of a thing. That is at least my plan. If it doesn't happen on Monday, it's happening on Wednesday. It's happening next week. It's happening next week. I also quickly wanted to say that I will be having a live with my members of my channel, tier 2 and tier 3. That is going to happen tomorrow, Saturday morning. I will leave the info in the community tab that you'll be able to see if you are tier 2 or tier 3. I'm going to have it tomorrow morning, and all the information is going to be there. And even if you do join in today, you're going to be able to access all the perks of being a member, all the member exclusive videos. And if you're tier 2 or tier 3, you'll be able to join in on the Zoom call. I also have member exclusive emojis that you can use in the comments if you are a member, and you do get a little symbol next to your name, a little happy clown showing that you are part of the membership. So I just wanted to mention that as well, in case you were interested in joining in on the Zoom call. But yeah, this palette from Nomad Cosmetics, it is already launched, it is already available, and I gotta say, and I can tell you right now, this is my favorite Nomad palette ever. I know a lot of people like their more muted color stories, they're like gray color stories, like the Ghost Town palette that I think that they're restocking soon as well. Keep an eye open for that. But for me, this warm bright palette with the pop of like cool tones, this is my jam. Really enjoying this one. I really like this one. I think it's a beautiful palette. I like this look a lot. I think it's super fun. I wanted to try something different. Big fan, really big fan. But let's also talk about my launch. Singe Beauty is finally launching. I don't even have the makeup bags here in front of me. Let me pop those up. I'm launching, and it's launching today at noon Central Time. I'm gonna launch these 2 makeup bags, and it's gonna be live on the website. And I do have a video on Monday where I'm showing all the things that I'm launching. I'm launching 6 different things. I've seen people starting to get their PR. Linda made an amazing video swatching all the blushes on her skin and also showing what you can fit in the makeup bags. And her video was so good. Definitely check it out. So together with the 2 makeup bags, we're also finally getting into color cosmetics. So we are going to be launching some blushes. And I have been working so hard on these blushes for such a long time, trying to get them exactly the way I want them. I like a minimalistic 70s retro style, and that's what I have in the packaging. And these are heavy duty cardboard packaging with a soft touch and glossy details. And on the inside you can see the shade on top, and there are different colors for the different shades, so it's easy to find in your collection. And on the inside, the blush this one I have used, of course, they have an embossing in there, and these are glowy blushes, not sparkly, not glittery, not metallic, just glowy, healthy blushes. I am wearing the Timid Tomato today, and I'm wearing a little bit of highlighter on top as well, but they do give a really nice glow. This is the Timid Tomato one. It's the muted red. This is the sunburnt shade if you're looking for something like that, just a wearable red. I love these blushes so much. Clearly I had to release an orange one. This is the Persistent Persimmon. I needed a warm orange. This is a little bit more light than some of those super bright oranges. Makes it a little bit easier to wear over more skin tones. And then we have Risky Raisin, which is the deep blush. This is a warm reddish, like yummy brown. I'm very into this shade as well. I'm very happy about this shade. And I have gotten so many good suggestions of what you would like to see in the future. I would love to release more colors. It's very expensive to make makeup, especially in single compartments like this, especially when you make colors on the outside. When I told my friends how much I paid for each of these colors, I think some of them choked on their saliva. So I would love to make more colors, but I am the one paying for this. I am an indie brand. I'm funding everything myself. So hopefully if you like these blushes, if the launch goes well, I will definitely be able to make more blushes. I heard a bunch of you were wanting to have some purples, maybe a more true cool tone shade. Listen, I'm open for everything. I'm open for everything. I just need to be able to afford it as well. So let me know what you think about the launch down below. It's happening today. We're gonna have a bundle price for the blushes as well in case you're interested. The blushes are gonna be $18 each. The bundle's gonna be $65. The makeup bags are gonna be $18 for the small one, $25 for the big one. I'm very excited that I'm able to keep these prices the way that they are, because I know sometimes you might think like, oh, $18 is not nothing, and it definitely isn't. But like brands like Colourpop are not that much lower than $18. And I know some drugstore brands like L'Oreal, for example, are more than $18. I'm trying to keep it as reasonable as possible because I don't want to be a brand that has like a super high price tag. I want to be a somewhat reasonable brand. I'm doing the absolute best I can. So I am very proud about the price point. because I am, again, a pretty small brand. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. Be kind. I worked really hard on this, so I would love to hear your thoughts. And again, if you want to see even more about these, you want to see some more swatches, you want to hear some more thoughts about them, that's going to be Monday's video, and I will link that down below. I'm just so excited that I'm finally able to show you color cosmetics, because I remember way back, like young Angie, like probably 6 years ago, probably 5 years ago, I said I never want to launch my own makeup brand. And because I was like, what am I gonna do? Like, what do I have to bring? And the longer I was in this business and the more I got to work with product development, with collabs, and also see behind the scenes with brands, the more I realized, you know what, I have a lot to give and I have a lot to bring to the table, and there's a lot of things that I can do that I genuinely think that I can do better than some other brands. And being here and working on these things have given me a lot of confidence, and I am striving to only bring things that I truly believe in, that I've worked really hard on. I don't want to be a brand that brings out stuff every other week. I want to be a brand that when stuff comes out, you know it's something I've worked on really hard and that I'm really proud of. So I am very grateful to be where I am at, and I can tell you right now that my next launch has already gone into production. But if you know anything about beauty products, makeup production, it takes a really long time for something, like up to months, to be produced and to be shipped, and then it's going to the warehouse and pictures are being taken and blah, 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 blah. Hopefully before the end of the year, we can have another launch. If not, it's going to be beginning of next year. But yeah, just know there's definitely more things coming, and I'm just so proud and excited. Okay, this video is not supposed to be all about Singe. I'm just really excited because I can't believe you're finally able to see all of this. And yeah, thank you so much for all the positive comments and all the it means a lot to me. You being kind to me, it means a lot to me. Let's talk about the NATASHA Denona palette, because I told you that I wanted to buy less makeup because I'm traveling so much. I'm gonna be going to Maine in a couple of weeks. I'm going to Australia together with my husband, and then I'm going to I'm going to Greece with my friend Samantha. Like, there's a lot of things going on, so I know I wanted to buy less makeup for me and make sure that the things that I buy, I actually have time to properly use it. But you know, I love NATASHA Denona a lot. So when she said, y'all need a warm eyeshadow palette, I was like, me. Do I though? No, I don't. And do you? That's the question. So I did buy this palette. I didn't pay for express shipping. I didn't buy it. I wasn't even quick enough to get to the Sephora app before it sold out on the pre-sale. I bought it, and I'll include it in the full face of trying new makeup when I have it. But I really wanted to try it. And I'm gonna compare it like I did with the... Which palette was that? Was the I Need a Nude palette? Because this one is I Need a Warm, which is a very weird name. Why would you name it I Need a Warm? A warm what? I Need a Warm? It's such a weird name. It's giving, I spent 2 years on the Duolingo app. That's what it's giving. I'm not 100% sure we were thinking about that, but listen, maybe I'm missing a pun. Maybe it's me. It could be me. I'm not getting it. But I want to compare this. I don't think it was the I Need a Nude. I feel, oh, the Golden palette. I basically showed you side-by-side swatches with some of our other neutral palettes so that you can see comparisons. And I'm going to do the same with this one, just so that you can see. What is the difference? Do you need it? Is this like comparable to any of the other things you might own from the brand? So I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be trying it out. I've basically tried every NATASHA Denona product that has come out the past years, 3-4 years. So I'm not going to stop now. Listen, I'm not a quitter. I'm taking one for the team. We are going to see, is this worth it or not? And also, if there's any other new products that you would like me to include in a full face of new make, let me know, because I am planning to persuade my husband to go to Ulta and Sephora this weekend. He doesn't know it yet, but we're gonna have a blast. At least 50% of us. But yeah, this one is available now. It's available at Ulta, and I think it's Sephora as well. If you buy it at NATASHA Denona's website, you can use my code and you can get 15% off, which is a great offering if you're only buying the palette, to get 15% off. But I also think that if you are on the, like, if you're still thinking about it, I'm sure there's going to be a Sephora sale soon. So if you're Rouge, you can get 20% off. But if you were wanting to buy this one and you were like maybe just an insider, don't wait for the sale. Just get it at NATASHA Denona's website and get 15% off. You don't have to use my code, just use somebody's code. Get some money off. I saw this new thing from Tarte and I was like, are we okay? I mean, don't open that door. We already know the answer to that. But like, what in the Claire's gimmicky makeup aisle is going on right here? Is this a roll-on primer? A roller? Like, I just do not understand why this was needed. And I feel like Tarte already has one of those like glowy, is it a highlighter? Is it a metallic face paint kind of a primer? So why are we doing it again with a roller? This is a blurs the look of pores, which a metallic one will never do. Don't listen to that. That's just not gonna happen. Locks in moisture. So this is a moisturizing primer. Lit from within. To me, it looks straight up metallic, but sure, whatever you say. Wear alone for natural radiant glow. Under foundation for a smooth, dewy base. Mix with foundation for extra boost of luminosity. Click and roll on applicator. See, this is where you lost me. Click and roll. Please, I am begging for the sake of everything that's holy, don't make this the new poofy applicator. No, we don't need the roll-on makeup. I've seen a few. I saw a couple of brands trying to make fetch happen. It's not gonna happen. Let's leave this where it was supposed to be left, which is a crumpled up paper on the floor of like packaging design. I just simply cannot, there is no world where this is the easiest way to apply a primer. Because you're still going to be wanting to like, no. You cannot convince me that this is the best way. This is not the way. I am so excited about these, and I think I'm getting these in PR today. I'm filming this on Thursday. I cannot wait. These are the new Colourpop Cosmetics Power Pout Long Wearing Lipsticks. These are launching today. You can use my code. You can get 10% off when you buy this at Colourpop. I'm sure these are coming to at least Ulta. I don't know if they're coming to Target, but I'm sure they're coming to Ulta. 16 shades. They're only $10 each. And this is supposed to be a matte lipstick that dries down. So it's like kiss proof, but it's still in an, like, not a liquid lipstick, but like in a stick. I'm very excited. I'm wearing a matte one today. I'm wearing the new, I found this. I forgot that I had this. I never wore it. This is the matte lip tint from Benefit in French Toast. Really like it. Matte, comfortable, not drying, not fully opaque. Very impressed. These lipsticks look delightful. I kind of want to do lip swatches. Am I the only creator that doesn't hate lip swatches? I feel like when I say that to a creator, I'm like, oh, I really like doing lip swatches. They all give me this face. Because it's like, you know, you have to take it off and put it on. And there's something like really calming about like doing lip swatches, and just, I also find them so helpful. Such a helpful way of showing lipsticks is showing them on the lips. And clearly I can only show them on my skin tone, but I might do lip swatches. They're 16 shades though. I don't know if I have time to do it today, but I think I'm gonna try and do lip swatches of these. I'm very excited about these. I have been fully back on the matte lip train. Choo choo, very excited. Ooh, we're also now able, and I have it here in front of me because I am including this in the video where I'm doing 4 different indie releases for looks, and this is the new collection by Blend Bunny. They did a collection together, like a collab together with Donnie Darkowicz. There is also a lip liner and a lip gloss. I don't know where I put them. They're not right here. But then there is a highlighter palette, and I will be showing this one in the video as well. And the eyeshadow palette that is right here. Could you see my sweatpants? I don't know. Could you see them? I'm wearing this and sweatpants. Also yellow sweatpants. I'm just one big banana today. I like the quality of this one, but I will say, is this unique enough in comparison to Blend Bunny's other releases? I don't know about that. I do talk a little bit about this in the video that's hopefully coming Monday. Otherwise, it's coming next week sometime. There are some shades in here that are very similar, even when you swatch them out. But overall, this is the normal good, like, Blend Bunny quality. And I do think that it's very important when you're collabing with someone that you let them keep their vision. So I do think that that is really, really important. And overall, I think it is a good palette. If I had not been sent this in PR, would I have bought it? Probably not, because I would have looked at this and I would have said, I think I already own this in my other Blend Bunny releases, and I think that's something that Blend Bunny needs to think about for the future. There has been a lot of chatter about the new Patrick Ta foundation, and maybe not necessarily for the reasons that he is hoping. And I can tell, like, hand on my heart, I despised his first foundation. It was cakey, it was greasy, it was yucky, it didn't look good on my skin, it broke up within like 30 seconds. It was just such a bad foundation on my skin. It really did not work out on me. Decluttered that hasty. It had a hasty departure from my makeup collection. Really did not like that one. So when I heard that he's like releasing another dewy foundation or another like shiny foundation, I was like, I don't know how I feel about that one. I might take one for the team. And I think the main reason I'm going to take one for the team is because people are realizing this foundation is $58, which is, Patrick Ta is not an affordable brand, but $58 for a foundation, that's when you're like, oh, you're high end. You're not mid-range. It's not Sephora mid-range. It's $58 for a foundation. That is a lot of money. The packaging looks really pretty. The shade range, from what I can see, seems pretty reasonable. But it says that it is a lit from within skin on everyone, which, I mean, every foundation says they're for everyone, but we'll see about that. Lightweight and luminous, with serum-inspired ingredients, medium coverage, formula boosts radiance and blurs imperfections, blending beautifully with bare skin and even better with makeup. 30 shades, fair to deep. It has a hyaluronic complex. It has a plant-derived squalane and kombucha. I think that this is going to be way too dewy for my skin. I think that, but I think I might take one for the team simply because it's so expensive, and I would rather waste my money than have you waste your money, because then we can see if you are having the same skin concerns like me, which is a very oily T-zone, and then pretty normal, like the outer perimeter of my face is pretty normal, very oily T-zone, living in a warm and humid climate. I need something that doesn't move around on my skin because I'm getting a lot of fine lines. A girl's 40. I just want to take one for the team and see if this is good, because $58 is a lot. So I might try this one for that reason, unless I have 100 of you in the comments saying, don't do it. I might do it anyways. We'll see. There's also been a new concealer coming from MAC Cosmetics, and this is the Studio Radiance 24 Hours Luminous Lift Concealer. And it says conceals, hydrates, and brightens. It's supposed to like help with dark circles over time as well. And it provides a 24-hour medium buildable coverage, 80% skincare ingredients, 44 radiant shades. Radiant shades make me nervous, but it says that it's gonna last. If it says a 24-hour last, it's not that I'm gonna wear my makeup for 24 hours. Some people do have really long shifts at work though, but it means that it's not gonna break down and that it's gonna be somewhat crease resistant. So that does sound good for me because I have a lot of fine lines on my under eyes. It's already available in Europe. It's coming soon to the US, and again, I might try it. I really like the packaging. The black ombres into a clear. Oh, that's very satisfying. It looks absolutely delicious. I might try this one. I don't remember the last time I tried a concealer by MAC. I feel like I haven't tried a MAC concealer since I tried those, you know, the pump ones, which are great if you're a makeup artist, not so great if you're not a makeup artist. I know I used to have 2 of those when I was doing makeup on others because it's so easy to like pump them out. But yeah, maybe Maybe, we'll see. Another concealer that is coming is from Victoria Beckham Beauty, and this is the concealer pen. These Victoria Beckham is a luxury brand, and she knows she's luxury, and nobody is surprised when the price tag is $68. I only own one thing from Victoria Beckham Beauty, and I actually really like it. It's a shadow stick in a matte yellow. It's a beautiful shadow stick. Would have been beautiful today with this look. It's really, really pretty. This is a high performance double impact formula, second skin, light to medium coverage. I think that this is probably one of those effortless, no makeup. You're only looking for a little bit of coverage. It's going to give you a luminous finish. It's probably going to be similar to the YSL Touche Eclat, if that's what you're looking for. I used to really like the Touche Eclat because it was perfect when I was just wanting to do concealer. Just a little bit of concealer. I used to have that in my purse when I was working as a waitress, when I had to reapply some makeup in between shifts. Sometimes I would do like a morning shift in one place and an evening shift in one place, or an evening shift and then I have to do a nightclub shift as well. Those Touche Eclat was really nice to just reapplying, giving you a little bit of luminosity, just a little bit of coverage, nothing too serious. That would be perfect for that, but I am not living that life right now, and I definitely don't need a $68 concealer for that. But I just, luxury makeup, just, it's hard to impress me. It really is. Oh, I also wanted to mention, we have Clionadh's sale going on. So Clionadh is having their anniversary sale. It's ongoing right now. It ends on Tuesday, September 3rd, and you can stack my affiliate code Agnieszka and get even like an even deeper discount on the sale. So my discount code not only works on Clionadh normally, it also works during their sale on their already discounted prices. So if you were wanting to try something from Clionadh, this might be the time. They're having a sale. It's ongoing right now, and you can get a deeper discount by stacking a code on top. You don't have to use my code. Just use somebody's code and get even more money off. And speaking of that, we also have a restock of something that I know a bunch of you were super interested in, and that is the Ensley Lands of Enchantment palette. This palette is now back in stock. This is still, yes, this is still my favorite palette from Ensley. They have a lot of really good palettes, but I think that this color story is just so delicious, and I think that this color story, this is probably the best quality I have in this color story in my collection. The formulas are great. Everything is just really beautiful with this one, and it is back in stock. Again, use somebody's code, mine. Somebody's get some money off if you're ordering from Ensley. I actually went into a website, and it seems like a lot of things are back in stock at the website. So if you have been eyeing the brand and some things were sold out, I would maybe check them out again, because it seems like they restocked a bunch of things, including this one. Oh, also, you know what I did buy? Okay. I fell for peer pressure. Did I? No. Maybe I just wanted them. I changed my mind. Okay, listen. A bitch can change her mind, okay? These are Dolly Beauty. This is Dolly Parton's makeup line, and she now released her lipsticks. They're now available, and I had only seen some blurry pictures from them before, but now that I saw the product pictures, and I saw there also like swatches of them, they seem glowy. They seem beautiful. I bought the bundle with all four. I'll swatch them and I'll let you know how I feel about them. But honestly, I was like, wait a minute. Even the pink looked good. I was like, okay. So I bought them. I'm not much into like bedazzled, Swarovski, diamondy. It's not my thing, but it is her thing, so I do absolutely get it. But yeah, I bought them, so I'm gonna swatch them, I'm gonna review them, I'll let you know how I feel about them. Maybe I got caught up in the something, but I'm excited. There's also a foundation stick coming from Lys Beauty. This is the Triple Fix Skin Tint. Again, this is a skin tint in a stick. We've seen that from, I think the Ilia one is more of a, not a skin tint, but it's not a full coverage. Also the one from Merit is not a full coverage. And then of course we saw the Beauty Balm by ABH that I thought I wasn't gonna like, but actually it's really good and I've been using it quite a lot. There's something about it that just looks very skin-like, and now LYS is coming up with something as well. This is an all-in-one serum, primer, and foundation. That's what they're calling it, and it gives wipes away the look of texture while giving skin a natural veil of coverage. It's 22 different shades. It is coming to Sephora the 27th, and Oh, this one has watermelon seed extract. Somebody tell Samantha before she breaks out again because she's allergic to watermelon in her skincare. I don't know. I might try this one, but I will say I haven't had the best luck with the stick things from LYS. I think that they have either been too creamy or too pigmented, and I know some people love that. They're like, oh my god, look at how like much comes up on the skin immediately. For me, it hasn't been the same. I think like too much comes off on your skin, like it breaks off because it's so creamy and emollient. So I don't know if I'm gonna love that in the stick. I think this is one of those that like I might want to see it in store and swatch it. And if I like the feel of it, I might try it. Because again, I was surprised by that ABH one, so maybe I'll be equally surprised by this one. Maybe. How do you feel about this one? Oh, we also have to mention that my friend Betty Jean, who's Battybean on social media, is having her collab with Sigma. They're doing a Sigma favorite set. I am so excited for her. Like, big congratulations. This is such a fun thing for you to do. And it is a brush set, and there's a bunch of different brushes. They seem to be a mix of big ones and small ones. And I'm sure that this set is amazing, and I'm so excited for you, and I will leave a link to it down below in case you're interested. I don't know if you can use a code on these or not, but I have a code. I know that Betty Jean has a code. A bunch of my friends have codes, so you can always try a code and see if you can get some money off. But big congratulations to your favorite set. I hope it does great. There is a new fragrance coming from Orebella, which is the fragrance brand by, I think it's Bella Hadid, right? I smelled these fragrances in Ulta. That's where they are. I smelled them because one of them said that they were like a salt water smell. I think they smell very dated, and I say that with love, but if you told me this is your mom's fragrance from 1989, I would have believed you. It's not that they smell bad, they just smell, it's not that they smell old either, they just smell dated. It smells like a scent that's just doesn't belong in this. It's just, yeah, there's something about this just smells very dated. And of course I haven't smelled this new one. Maybe it's amazing. I also think, if I'm not totally mistaken, that they also had like almost like an oily texture to them, if I'm not totally mistaken. I don't remember exactly. I feel like that was the one I tested it and I was like, why is everything feeling so smeary? If I'm not totally mistaken, I feel like that was the one. I could be wrong. It doesn't say anything about it. There is like an aromatherapy essential oil as well, but there's a perfume. I just feel like when I touched the fragrance bottles, they just felt smeary. Maybe that's from someone playing with something else. Who knows? This one has ginger, cardamom, guaiac wood, vanilla, cistus, sandalwood, and patchouli. On paper, this sounds like something I would enjoy. I'd really love a spicy fragrance, especially when it has a little bit of vanilla in it. But just how I felt about the other ones makes me, I would not blind buy this. I would not blind buy this. I need to smell this. If it smells great, I'm not against it. I didn't like any of the other ones. It smelled like something from like Yves Rocher 1989. And I say that with love. I just don't want it now. A bunch of you were tagging me in this one, and this is from Demeter, which is Demeter's fragrance library, basically a fragrance brand that's trying to capture specific either notes or like almost like events or things in a fragrance, and it can be very unconventional things. One of my favorite fragrances for them is Tomato, which is tomato vines, tomato leaves. Love it. And I also love Thunderstorm, which smells the way that the outdoor smells after really cleansing summer rain. Absolutely love it. But I got a lot of tags in this one, and it's in Play-Doh. And I just wanted to let you know this isn't new. This has been around for years. I have seen this fragrance for years. I personally don't have a nostalgic memory towards Play-Doh, but I do remember when I was younger a bunch of like my classmates saying that like, oh my god, I love the smell of Play-Doh. Basically it's like Play-Doh is basically the smell of like, you know, the plastic that's now forbidden because it gave us cancer in the 90s. My Little Ponies, Barbies, Play-Dohs, like you remember, I remember, you remember, Pepperidge Farm remembers. It is like around that smell, but Play-Doh also has a little bit of a saltiness almost to the smell. If you are very nostalgic about any kind of scent, I would definitely check out Demeter. They have so many different scents and you might find something that you like. They have very specific scents, but I'm just letting you know this isn't new. It's been around for years. It's not my cup of tea. If you were wanting to try Demeter and you wanted to get a suggestion, I would say either Tomato or Thunderstorm. Those are my favorites, and I've tried at least 20 scents from Demeter, and those are my two favorites. Another scent that is coming out, and I usually don't talk about like indie or like niche fragrances, but I gotta say, first of all, this picture looks delicious. It's making me want to order Starbucks, and I don't even drink sugary coffee. But this is from Narcotica perfume, and this is called Love Me Latte. And this is supposed to be a warm and inviting notes of delicious baked pears, caramelized figs, white cherries, and golden caramel creamy latte on the side. So it's supposed to be like almost like a caramel fruit with a lactonic coffee undertone. And I have realized that I like gourmand scents when they have a lactonic tone to them. That's what I like. Or when they are spicy, like Angel Share from Kilian. Love it. Or the pistachio gelato from Kayali with the lactonic undertones. Or there are a couple of like those that I really like. But I've also realized that I really don't like gourmand perfumes that have caramel in them. I think it smells like I need to wash my hands. It smells like a sticky kid. It smells like a kid that had caramel and they need to wash their hands, and so do you because you touched them. That's how I think it smells. Have you smelled the new caramel skin from Fleur at Sephora? Absolutely not. That literally made me gag. And I'm sorry to say it if you love that. It smelled like, I don't want to smell like that. It smells like I need to wash my hands. I don't want to smell like that. So I think that this is very interesting, and I'm intrigued to see people try this one out. I know that both Leah Janae and Lauren May Beauty love gourmand scents, so I hope one of them buys it and I can listen to them talk about it, if it's heavy on the lactonic or if it's more heavy on the caramel, because for me that's important. Love me the lactonic, the milky notes. Don't like the caramel ones. You keep those to yourself. Calli Ray is releasing some liquid blushes, and I will say all of these shades look so pastel, and even when I saw some swatches of them, they all seem very pastel, which is usually not what I go for. So I think I'm gonna stay clear of these unless people end up really loving them. I might end up picking them up in like an upcoming Sephora sale or something, but I think right now I am gonna stay clear. The price is $25 each, which is not an awful price for something at Sephora. But this is one of those where I'm like, I'm not against it, but I'm also not super excited about it because of some of the swatches that I saw that just really looked like pastel, like candy shades. RMS is releasing a sun cover up super tint broad spectrum SPF 50 sunscreen. So this is a tinted sunscreen and it's available right now. I know, as someone myself who like does product development, sometimes you just get so many delays that you just don't know what to do with. So for me, I feel like releasing a tinted SPF in August is a weird choice, but I don't know if RMS Beauty is... Where is this from? Because RMS Beauty, they might be an Australian or a New Zealand brand, and they are coming into like spring and then further on summer. It would make sense. Or maybe they just had delays in production and this is like when they could release it. I mean, you should use SPF all year around, but I think most people are interested in the light skin makeup, the tinted SPFs in the spring and summer. And then usually people tend to, at least how I see people use makeup, they tend to go into a little bit more like almost heavy makeup or like actual foundations through the winter half of the year. But I've realized I'm not very like, I don't use makeup seasonally, really. The only thing I can say is that like if I'm being by the pool or being by the beach or doing anything like that, I usually wear no makeup at all. But also right now I'm living in Texas. It's warm pretty much all year round except a couple of days here and there. So I don't know. Are you interested in this one? I have never tried anything from RMS Beauty. Let me know if you have any favorites from the brand. But now we need to go in and we need to talk about some of the holiday releases because We're in the end of August, and there is no exception. Every year, end of August, it's the meme, and so it begins. Now we're gonna see holiday releases probably every week leading up until Christmas. It just is what it is. Some of these bigger stores, department stores, Ulta, Sephora, they need to plan ahead. So yeah, let's dig into some of them. First one I want to talk about is from Laneige, and this is their holiday limited edition flavors. They are doing candy cane, which I think they did last year, and I almost regretted not buying it, so I think I might. I think I might buy the candy cane, the glowy balm, the squeezy tube, because I love minty lip products, and I think I might actually really enjoy something like that. And I'm almost out. Where do I have it? Here, I'm almost out of the lip oil that I use every night when I go to bed, and this is the REM lip oil, and I'm almost out of it, so I think maybe I can replace it with this minty one. I think I would really enjoy that. They're also coming out with a lip sleepy mask in eggnog, which I'm guessing is just going to be like a milky, spicy one. And then they are doing the minis, which is going to be a set with berry, gummy bear, mango, watermelon pop, and peach iced tea, which I think is going to be a big hit. This is coming in October, but like you already know now if you were interested in any of these. I know their limited edition scents are always very, very popular, so now you know which ones are coming for Christmas. We've also seen from NYX their holiday collection, which is going to be in collaboration with Home Alone. So it's going to be an advent calendar with Home Alone. There's going to be a ultimate battle plan eyeshadow palette. It's going to be the Fat Oil Lip Drip Trio. This is pretty cute, a Home Alone like collection. It's the cartoon collection. And then there's going to be a holiday collection with some face palettes, some butter glosses with limited edition packaging. And one of them is Peppermint Swirl, and that makes me excited. Does it smell like pepper? Because if it smells, again, a sugary mint? Oh, sign me the fluff up. I wonder if it's gonna be minty. Because I could be about that. So yeah, that is some holiday makeup coming from NYX. And I also forgot to tell you that NYX is having a collaboration, and that one is already out for Halloween. And that is with Beetlejuice, which is the second Beetlejuice movie that is coming to cinemas real soon, I think. I know my friend Heather Austin bought the entire collection, and she already has a video up, and she showed me on Marco Polo how small some of these makeup products are, how slim they are. And I can tell you, I was honestly a little bit shook at how small and slim some of these things are, to the point where it's like, is it a sample? Are we actually getting something in here? I would definitely check out her video in case you were interested in these. I didn't pick any of this up, but I'm excited to see more Beetlejuice makeup. It makes sense because there's a new movie coming out. Are you seeing the movie? We saw Deadpool and Wolverine yesterday. It was funny. It was a typical Marvel movie, but it was funny. I actually really did enjoy it. Also, Benefit has shown some holiday 2024 gift sets and palettes. They're doing exactly what they always do. They're doing gift sets, they're doing bundles, they're doing those cheek trios, and there's a Chocolicious, a Chocolata, and a gorgeous grocer advent calendar. Oh, they're doing an advent calendar as well. I mean, that's cute, I guess, but this is what they always do. They always do these sets in cutesy packaging that's easy to gift, and then they do some of those cheek trios, and I don't care. I think there's an actual palette in here as well that has like eyeshadows and a cheek trio, and apparently all of these cheek trios has like a new shade in there. Oh yeah, Sherry maybe? Is that a new shade? I'm unsure, but honestly, this is what Benefit always does. I guess it works for them. I'm not super intrigued, but if it works for them, it works for them. And finally, we need to talk about the first sneak peek of some upcoming stuff from Hourglass. So this is the limited edition palette that I think they are gonna have for Barney's New York. So this is the Simon Doonan and Julie Gilhart Reimagine Barney's New York as Soho pop-up. I have no idea what that means. Oh, this is coming from the limited edition pop-up in Soho. Okay, it will run for 5 weeks, and they will sell this $90 Hourglass limited edition palette there. Maybe it's not even holiday, maybe it's for the pop-up, but they always do these palettes for holiday, so it honestly is usually such a similar deal every year that we are just like kind of waiting. We're just kind of waiting for, oh my god, what shades are they gonna put in this year's? And they say that some shades are new, and they always end up looking exactly the same. And I'm gonna say what I probably have said the last 3 years. If you have one of these Hourglass palettes, you probably don't need another one unless you're a die-hard collector. I said what I said. And I think that was everything for this week. Let me know which ones you are the most interested in. Clearly I'm biased and I'm just super excited about the Singe Beauty launch, but it's only because it's so near and dear to my heart and something I've been working on for so long. And I'm just so proud that it's finally out there. I've been watching people receive their PR this morning, and it's been like just like exciting and crazy at the same time. And if you are interested in seeing these things like used and swatched on different skin tones and genders and ages, definitely check out the Singe Beauty Instagram account. That's where we're going to repost as many as possible. Basically everyone that wants to be reposted. I'm just so proud and excited. If people want to use my products and showcase them, then definitely we want to showcase them back. I am just such a proud little blush mama, and yeah. Overall, I'm just having a great day. Can you tell? I'm having a great day, and I hope you are as well. Thank you again so much, Factor, for sponsoring the beginning part of this video. I'm actually gonna go and have a Factor lunch right now because, again, I'm on a busy schedule and I need something to eat, but I just do not have time to do any kind of grocery shopping or any kind of cooking. So very, very grateful that I have one in the fridge that I can just pop in. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you again real soon in a new video. Bye!